Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? Oh, got a bad design. Oh, I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Can he do to you the things that I do? I can take you high. Oh, I'm on fire. Hi, how you doing? Justin here today. We're checking out I'm on Fire by Bruce Springsteen. Very cool tune. This one only got 4 chords, but 2 of them are bar chords. So you are going to need your C sharp minor and your B bar chords. But the struggle for most people in this one is usually the picking. Okay, picking's a little bit complicated. It's got some cross picking. It's not that difficult, but it's just a little awkward, especially if you're going to sing over it. I find it very difficult to play that riff and sing over it, and find the picking goes a little inconsistent while I'm singing, but I don't think that's actually a big deal if you're in performance mode. We'll talk a little bit about the sound as well at the end of the lesson, because it's got a very distinct sound, which I think I'm kind of getting there, but there's a very strong chorusy tape chorus effect going on the original one, which I think I can give you something that gets a bit close using delay and chorus, but it's still not quite exactly right. But as usual, look, I'm just going to turn the effects off for now. So let's start off by really simplifying it, making sure that we've got the framework and the chords sorted out before we get onto the picking and the sounds and stuff. So the feel, once we get the riff, I'm kind of feeling that each one of those riffs is a bar, okay? It's kind of double timing the feel a little bit, but it's a lot easier to think 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and once you start adding in the picking pattern. So the way that we're going to deal with it is playing just 1 strum per bar. Because if we do 4 strums per bar, it gets a little bit quick and a little bit complicated. So as we're learning the framework, we're going to do 1 strum per bar. Once we learn the picking pattern, then that picking pattern will last for 1 bar as well. So we're kind of simplifying it down, simplifying the way I'm explaining it to make it easier for you and easier for me as well. So the intro is 4 bars of E, 4 bars of C sharp minor, and that's repeated. It's exactly the same progression for the bridge as well. When we get into the verse, we got 4 bars of E, 2 bars of A, 2 bars of C sharp minor, then A, B, E, E. So it's a 12-bar form for the verse. I'll say that again. 4 bars of E, 2 bars of A, 2 bars of C sharp minor, then A, B, E, E. You want to write these things down and keep it real nice and simple. So the intro starting on the E chord, I'm going to play the regular E chord and I'll move to that other little E5 power chordy type thing when we get into doing the picking pattern as well. So the intro, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Then to C sharp minor, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 4. And again to the E, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. And then to C sharp minor for 4 bars, 2, 3, 4. And then we're into the verses. E. Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go away and leave you all alone? Oh, A. I got a bad C sharp minor. A, B, I'm on E. Let's have another verse. Tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Can he do the things that I do? Oh, A. I can take you C sharp minor, A, B, I'm on E. And then we're on to this little bridgy part, so C sharp minor for 4 bars, and then to E for 4 bars. Okay. Again, C sharp minor for 4 bars, and then E for 4 bars. Now I may as well go through the bridge as well. Everything's been pretty simple so far. So we got A do, in my heart, B do, for 1 bar, C sharp minor for 4 bars. Okay, so the bridge, a little bit weird. It's 2 bars of A, 1 bar of E, and then 4 bars of C sharp minor. So it's only 7 bars long, which is a little bit unusual, especially usually that's the kind of thing that you'd call a middle 8, so the middle 8 bars or the bridge of a song. So for it to only have 7 is probably a little in-joke within the band, I suspect. So I think we'll go to a close-up now to check out the picking pattern. The important things to remember: make sure you know what chord it is that you're playing while you're doing the picking, and notice that the picking pattern only goes across 4 strings. So we'll be starting off on the thickest 4 strings, but then we'll be moving to the middle 4 strings, and they're the only kind of 2 string groupings that you know. And then I'll take you through it nice and slowly. It is an alternate picking thing, but I think a little bit of slow and careful practice and trying to develop the motor skills so it happens automatically, especially if you're going to sing. You're not going to be able to think about the picking pattern while you sing. It just won't happen. So you have to practice it over and over again so that you kind of automate the picking. That's what I think you're going to have to do. But let's get to that close up and check it out. Okay, so that's the picking pattern there on the E and the C sharp minor. So first thing to notice, we're using palm mute, which some of you might find doing this kind of pattern while doing the palm mute a little bit awkward, but it's a big part of the sound. So see if you can work on it's just sitting on the edge of the bridge there. We don't want like clicky stuff. We want it just so it's touching. And one of the things that you're going to find with this tune, particularly on the C sharp minor, is sometimes it's got this all muted. Other times he's just lifting it up ever so slightly to let that thinner string ring out a little bit more than the other one. So just be aware that you're going to try and work on the palm muting while you're going through this pattern as well. So starting off on the E5, okay, 0, 2, 2, 4. We're just dealing with the thinnest 4 strings. The pattern is this: down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, it's actually pretty simple. We're playing 6 string, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6. 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, so really work on getting that pattern first of all. It's very, very simple. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and is the rhythm. Remember that we'll always pick down on the beat. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? And the string order, again, this is the kind of thing you can write down and makes it a lot easier. 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6. 5, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay? Okay, you really want to spend a bit of time practicing that. Just real nice and slow. Make sure you got your nice palm mute on. Still, usually, I can talk while I'm doing these kind of things. This kind of pattern, there's something about it that I find it really hard to sing or talk over it. But it's good practice, so even me doing this for you now and trying to talk while I'm playing this little riff, it's actually really good practice. Okay, that's on the E. Now when we move to the C sharp minor, okay, the pattern is exactly the same, but now we move on to the thinnest 4 strings. So it'll be 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3. And then we go back to the E. It's all moved down onto the thickest 4 strings. Onto the C sharp minor, so we're now on the middle 4 strings. Same deal all of the way through. So for the verses, E, A. Okay, so A is the middle 4 strings. Then to C sharp minor, still on the middle 4 strings. A, middle 4 strings, B, middle 4 strings, back to E, which is on the thickest 4. And that's that pattern all of the way through for the verses. It's no different again for the middle 8. A, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, to C sharp minor. You can hear how I can control the muting. I can either leave it so they're ringing out quite a lot, and it probably doesn't look like I'm doing much because I'm not. It's just a very subtle lifting here of the bridge, like where I am in relation to the bridge and how far forward I am and how hard or soft I'm pressing, particularly on the C sharp minor. It's really kind of, it's part of the deal here of getting the emotion into the tune is how you treat it. That's the deal. And again, you know, I say it all the time, but it's about doing it real slow. You know, making sure that you've got the rhythm of it right, the picking directions are good, making sure all of that is well solid at a, you know, at a kind of slower speed before you start trying to play it at full whack. So let's have a little bit of a talk about the sound now, because that's obviously something that people ask about quite often. I'm using a deluxe reverb model in the Kemper Profiler for this sound. I've got the reverb on, which is I'm using a plate reverb in the Strymon Blue Sky pedal, but it's just basically a clean, a very slightly crunchy clean sound with some reverb. So if you've got reverb, you want to turn some reverb on. Okay, so you just hear that slight echo kind of thing going on afterwards. Now, to try and copy the sound of the original recording, I think it's a tape delay is what's going on there with a heavy modulation. Okay, so the best way that I've got in the tools that I've got available right now to kind of copy that is chorus and delay. So if we start with the chorus, if I turn the chorus on, you can hear it's a very different sound. You get chorus off. As soon as I turn it on, it's kind of got an effect like there's more than one guitar there, and it's a very wide and wobbly chorus that he's got. I've actually maxed my depth out on this one, so I couldn't make it go any heavier. But you might find on your chorus unit that you can make it a little bit more wobbly, which would work. The settings that I'm using, again, I'll put this on the website, which is what I usually do, but I've got the rate set at 3.6, the depth at 10, the crossover, which some of you may or may not have if you've got a digital unit, is 127, and the mix is 100%. Okay, so that's the effect I'm getting. If you've got a chorus pedal, just try turning your depth right up, and the rate control kind of, I guess, around 3 o'clock. Maybe, 9 o'clock, not 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock would be too wobbly. But then to try and make that little bit more wobbly sound, I've added a bit of delay with a very short delay and a lot of modulation. So I'm using the mix at 70%, the delay at 133 milliseconds, which is quite short, and the feedback at 15%. So I'll just turn the chorus off and the delay on so you can hear that. So you hear it's very little. It's not dominant at all. It's like a little slapback, but in the mix of it, it's just added enough of it because the delay is modulated. It's making a little bit more of that out of tuneness, which I wanted to add to the sound. So. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm using the bridge pickup on this Strat type guitar. Like I said, a Fender Deluxe Reverb type amp, and then reverb, delay, and chorus. The problem with doing sounds and talking about sounds is that everybody's got a different unit, and they all react very differently. So you might find if you put your depth on your chorus pedal up at 10, it just sounds so crazy that you wouldn't be able to use it. So you're going to have to experiment always with your gear, but that maybe will give you some rough ideas of the settings for this song, because it is quite specific sound on the original recording that you might be looking to go for as well. And remember, playing along with the original recording is a really good idea. If you're struggling to get the picking up to speed, using some software like Transcribe, is the software I use, and just slow it down to like 70% or whatever it takes, so you can actually play along with it. Is absolutely what I'd recommend for practicing a tune like this, and then gradually speeding it up until you can play at full speed. So I hope you really enjoyed this lesson. There's plenty more over on the website, over 1,000 in fact, and I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you dig what I do. You know, your support means a lot. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you for plenty more very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye bye.